What's up, motherfucker?
Hold on, I hope y'all watching this shit.
First round, real quick.
People that are in those training rooms with him know how good he is.
Because he just knocks dudes out real quick in the first round.
Yeah, but now we're gonna get a good. I might fuck with this guy. He just, to me, I thought he was a con artist, just based off his look.
They're edge. Holy shit! What the hell just happened?
What's up, motherfucker? Welcome to the Gonzo'S Sports Room. Monday, March 7th, 2022. Got a lot to talk about. We'll talk about UFC 217 over the weekend. Covington versus Masvidal. LeBron James went off Saturday night for 56 points. Packers offer Aaron Rodgers a deal. We'll talk about Calvin Ridley getting suspended for a whole season for betting on Falcons games. We'll talk about the Warriors in the NBA struggling. Talk some MLB talk a little bit of everything tonight. So, if anything you guys want to talk about, get in that comment section, and we will talk about it. All right, before we get started, don't forget we're live Monday through Friday at 1 p.m. Eastern with Easy Money, a sports betting show. Come join us. We're giving out winners. We're live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. We're also live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern with GSR Gonzo'S Sports Room, our sports talk show. Except on Mondays, sometimes if we do Coon Dog's Corner with DCCW, sometimes our Monday show gets pushed back to 10 o'clock Eastern, like it did tonight. We also have a pro wrestling podcast, GWR Gonzo'S Wrestling Room. It's a weekly podcast, drops every Sunday at 9 a.m. You can find that on Apple Podcasts, Anchor Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts. Most places you listen to podcasts, you can find us. If you'd like to listen to or watch the video version of it, I should say, you can find that on YouTube at Gonzo'S Sports Room. While you're there watching that, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell so you get notifications of when we're live. Got a lot of content. If you're a UFC fan, there's content on there. I gave out I did a preview and prediction show earlier in the week. I went 9-4 on my picks this week for UFC. I try to do that for every UFC. We cover pro wrestling, NBA, NFL. But whatever you guys want to talk about, just put it in the comments section. We will talk about it. Follow us on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all at Gonzo'S Sports Room. That's where we post everything about our shows, whether it's our picks for Easy Money, daily picks for Easy Money, a sports betting show, to interview announcements, to live stream announcements, anything like that, all gets posted on our social media, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, at Gonzo'S Sports Room. Or you can find me at Chris D. Gonzalez on Facebook, Chris Gonzalez at Gonzalez Sports on Twitter, and Chris Gonzalez on Instagram. Check out our merch store, streamlabs.com/Gonzalez Sports/merch. You can see some of our t-shirts behind me. We have hats, hoodies, long sleeve tees. Have some new stuff that'll be dropping real soon. I will also have some new GWR shirts on hand here in about a week. So if you need a GWR shirt, get with me and I will get you one. We will have some on hand available here in about a week. All right, let's jump into tonight's show. All right. Hope everybody's having a great evening tonight. I'm watching some Monday Night Raw and watching some of the Warriors and Nuggets game, kind of flipping back and forth, checking all of them out a little bit. Nuggets game. All right. Check and make sure everything's working right. Yeah, let's start out in the UFC 272. Had a pretty good card. Fights went pretty good. I went 9-4 on my picks that I gave out for the fights this week. Like I said, you can find them preview and prediction videos we put out. You can find that on our YouTube page or our Facebook page at Gonzo'S Sports Room as well. So make sure you check those out. Like I said, I went 9-4 this week. Uh, I think the last one before that was like 8-1. Uh, I've been doing pretty good on UFC. The main event, Covington against Masvidal, ended up about like I thought it would. I know a lot of people thought, for some reason, thought Covington was going to go in there, try to stand up and strike with Masvidal, and it was just going to be like a kickboxing fight. Uh, I knew it wasn't going to be. Uh, it's just plain and simple. If he would have stood up and just done a kickboxing fight with Masvidal, he's probably going to get knocked out. And you're fighting a guy that used to be your best friend. Now you're bitter rivals. So the last thing you want to do is lose this fight to this dude. So you're going to take the path that you know is going to get you to victory. And Covington knew that the way to win that fight was when he had to use his wrestling, take Masvidal down, get him down, try to do some damage when you get him down. And that's what he did. He dominated the fight. A lot of people say, "Oh, it was boring. All he did was take him down and just hold him down." No, he advanced some. He was trying to do stuff. The other thing was it's hard to control. It's hard to control a guy. So if you're holding the guy down, that guy can't get up. You're doing something. You are controlling a human being from getting up to where he wants to get. It's not easy to hold a motherfucker down. Not easy at all. And people want to get on, oh, it's boring. All he did was hang on. He didn't do nothing. If he'd have fought or he'd have lost. If you want to see a if you want to see a fucking stand up fight, just punching and kicks, go watch kickboxing. It's fucking MMA, mixed martial arts, and a lot of times the wrestlers are some of the best guys that step into that damn cage. But Covington knew what he had to do to win that fight. He went in there with the best game plan to come out with a victory. He didn't go in there worried about what I was going to think, what you were going to think, what any fucking body was going to think. All he cared about was what he knew and what he thought. And he went in there with a great game plan. He threw some strikes, kind of wild strikes, but basically pressure, get get uh, get Masvidal up against the cage where he don't have nowhere to go, and he went for the takedown. And he kept taking him down. Hey, I'll give Masvidal some credit. Masvidal done pretty good on his defense on the ground because he stopped Covington from doing a whole lot of damage. So it wasn't all that Covington wasn't trying to do anything. A lot of it was that Masvidal was on on the ground, was making it tough, where was making Covington uncomfortable, where he wasn't comfortable enough to try to advance because of the defense of what Masvidal was doing. He was afraid he was going to lose his position and either end up on bottom or go back up to their feet. So he was doing what was smart, what was going to make him win the fight. It comes down to winning fights. Yes, you can say, "Oh, if he's boring, fans ain't going to come. Fans ain't going to come." How many people you think about that pay per view last night? And if you had Covington and Masvidal fight again, a bunch of motherfuckers would buy it again. Or if they're not buying it, they're watching a stream somewhere wherever they can find a stream. And it will be the same dudes that will come on here. They're just casual fans. They'll come on here and tell you, "All I did was lay on. It was boring. That was bullshit. I'm glad I didn't pay for that fight." Watch the fight. Understand mixed martial arts. Go back. Watch some of the old fighters. Watch Gracie. Go watch the go watch old school UFC. Learn, learn more about mixed martial arts. You just you get these fans that just come over and watch one fight. Oh man, it's boring. I want to see a knockout. Hey, I understand knockouts are more exciting, but hey, the name of the game is to win. And that's what Covington did. And Covington done it. Covington done it because he went in there with a good game plan, stuck to his game plan, didn't fall into the trap of just trying to stand there and brawl with them. He went in there, stuck to his game plan for all 5 rounds, and dominated that fight. Masvidal had limited. Masvidal had limited success in that fight. For the most part, Covington dominated that fight. And I'm not saying I like Kobe Covington. What I'm saying is Covington went in there with a smart game plan, and he executed his game plan really fucking well. And that's why he came out a victor. And I guarantee you, when he's catching that check for probably, I don't know, $1 or $2 million, how much he made, he's catching that check. He ain't worried if I like the way he fought or you like the way he fought. He ain't worried about anybody liking the damn way he fought. As long as he gets that win, got paid good, and now he's going to be trying to get another title shot. I personally don't. I mean, I don't want to see him in Usman 3. There's nothing in them first 2 fights that told me that Covington can beat Usman. It'd be different if they were closer fights and we really thought Covington had a chance to beat Usman. I mean, who really thinks Covington has a great chance of beating Usman? Yes, he could catch him, but I mean, the only way I see him beating him is if Usman makes a big mistake and Covington's able to catch him, or because Covington's not going to out wrestle Usman like he did Masvidal. I'm not saying Covington won't be able to get a takedown. He's not going to dominate him on the ground grappling wise like he did against Masvidal. It's just not going to happen. So I mean, I don't want to see Usman and Covington 3. I don't know where you take Covington. I know he's number 1 contender or whatever in the rankings, but I say Usman fights another fight, and you hope Usman loses, and you can put Covington against whoever wins the winner. But I don't see Usman losing until, and I'm telling you, I really want to see I really want to see some of these younger guys. There's some younger guys that have a lot of talent. That Makachev is tougher than hell. You got some tough guys. You got a guy. I mean, I can't think of his name right now, but you got a guy that's coming up that I think will get the next shot with at Usman, and I think he deserves it. And it'll be a good fight. I don't know if he's ready for that level of competition with Usman right away, but it's going to be interesting to see it and see what happens there with that. What was it, Kazmat Chimaev? Man, I do this tougher than hell. It's gonna be interesting if they make that Chimaev and Usman fight. I, I think that'd be a real interesting fight to watch. We'll see what they do there. And then you have, man, I'll tell you what, yeah, Rafael dos Anjos fought Marciano. I'll tell you what, this Marciano dude is one tough son of a bitch. This dude was getting his ass beat. His eye was basically swollen shut. He told the doctor he could see. Doctor cleared him to stop go. I thought there was 2 or 3 times when the doctor came. Doctor came in the ring like 2 or 3 times. I thought for sure the doctor was going to stop the fight. Going into the last round, the referee told him, "You got 30 seconds. If you ain't showing me nothing, I'm stopping it." The whole time, the announcers or the commentators, everybody was saying that their corner should have stopped it. I felt like their corner should have stopped it too. I mean, sometimes you got to save a fighter from himself. You got to save the guy from himself. I mean, I mean, he, he gained a lot of fucking fans last night though with the heart he showed because he was getting his ass beat, couldn't hardly see it, and then all of a sudden, boom, he started throwing some bombs and was looked like he might have Dos Anjos in trouble. And even in that last round, he landed some big shots. They were throwing, and it looked. I mean, if Marciano would have came back and won that fight, oh man, it would have been fucking crazy. People would have went nuts. But Marciano, man, he showed a lot of guts. I know for sure he gained a lot of fans because that's what people like to see. That's what people pay to go to the fights to see. his guys go at it, give it their all, and leave everything out there. And that's what Marciano done. Taking that fight on like 4 or 5 days' notice, took it on quick notice because Kizev tested positive for corona. So he took it on short notice. I could see maybe a rematch with Marciano having a full camp preparing for those Anjos. I think maybe Marciano would fare a little better. That's a fight. That's a rematch I would like to see personally because I mean Marciano, yes, he got dominated a lot, but there was a lot of moments that he was in that fight, and I think you give him a full training camp. He there's going to be even more moments that you feel like that he's in that fight and going to have a chance to win. So it's a rematch that I think would be great to see. I mean, I think that'd be an awesome rematch to see. Hopefully, we get to see that. Then you have Thug Nasty, Bryce Mitchell. Let me tell you something about Thug Nasty. Hey, Thug Nasty's a bad motherfucker. Edson Barboza ain't no slouch, man. Edson Barboza came in this fight 22-10 in his career. He's 36 years old, ranked number 10th in the world, and everybody knows he's a great striker and has good kickboxing, good leg kicks. He has 13 wins by KO or TKO, so he has decent power. He fought Bryce Mitchell, who's 27. Dude hadn't fought for over a year due to breaking his hand. He was 14. Mitchell was 14-0 going into this fight. Mitchell has great grappling. And he has decent striking. He don't have elite level striking, but he's not a bad striker per se. He's a competent striker. But Mitchell had 9 wins by submission out of his 14 wins, and Mitchell just went out there and put on a fucking clinic. Like I said, Barboza ain't no slouch. Mitchell was ranked 11th going in this fight. He's going to move up because not only did he beat Barboza, he dominated Barboza for probably 80 to 85% of that fight. He just straight dominated Barboza. Thug Nasty Bryce Mitchell. He looked tough Saturday night. Then you had Holland and Oliveira. It was a good fight. Holland got the win. It was just too much for Oliveira. Greg Hardy got beat by Sergey Spivak. Again, Hardy he don't have the grappling, and if he can't stop a guy from taking him down, he's in trouble. And then you had a guy that really impressed me was Jalen Turner. I actually picked Malarkey to win this fight as a slight underdog, and Malarkey wasn't no match for Jalen Turner from the very start of this fight. Jalen Turner was impressive. He got the win. And same thing with Marina Rodriguez. I picked her to win that fight. She showed some toughness in that fight. Jan Exonen isn't no slouch. That was a great fight there too. It was a solid card. I mean, I'm not saying it was their best pay per view, but it was a solid UFC card this weekend. Like I said, be on the lookout for um, more of our UFC coverage and our UFC content. I usually do a preview and predictions about every week for the fights. I missed a few because we got so busy with some other stuff. But I'm gonna get back into having preview and predictions every week for the near future. All right. Let's talk. We'll talk. Tim Elliott got another win in the prelims at 35. He looks. Sometimes he looks better than he did when he was younger. He has so much knowledge, and he still can fight. He had some good fights on the prelims as well. Like I said, I went 9-4 in my picks for the UFC this week. On Saturday. So for this week, be on the lookout for our preview and prediction show. It'll be on YouTube and Facebook at Gonzo'S Sports Room. All right, now let's move on. Let's move on. Talk about a little something else. Talk some NFL. Let's talk some Aaron Rodgers. From all the reports I've been seeing, I guess the Packers offered Aaron Rodgers. It said like it was going to be an altering deal. I haven't I haven't got a chance to look at the details of what, if any details have came out about what the offer was. But from what everybody is saying is that the Packers gave Aaron Rodgers a contract offer that would alter the QB market. Uh, and I mean that's crazy. I still don't know what he's going to do. From what they say, they think by like tomorrow because he was going to do it before the franchise tag deadline. Uh, yeah, they're saying that he got offered a market altering contract from the Packers per report, according to was Adam Schefter. Packers have made a significant long-term contract offer to the four-time MVP, and it's an offer that's so big that it will alter the quarterback market. Although the report doesn't mention the exact terms of the deal, it would be surprising. It wouldn't be surprising at all to learn that the contract offers worth the kind of money that would make Rodgers the highest paid player in the NFL based on average annual salary. The current title of the highest paid player belongs to Patrick Mahomes, who signed a 10-year, $450 million extension in July. If the Packers offer is truly going to alter the market, then the new deal would almost certainly have to pay Rodgers more than $45 million per year. There's been a report that Rodgers could get up nearly to 50 per year in a new deal with the Packers, and it's looking like that might actually happen. Uh, Aaron Rodgers is a great player, and I think you have to do what you have to do what you have to do to keep him. You got to pay him 45, 50 million a year. That's what you do. Sign him to a 3 year deal at 50 million a year, or sign him to some kind of deal if it's 4 years. I mean, the dude can still play. He's coming off fucking back. That's what's killing me. All these people act like Aaron Rodgers is straight trash. Aaron Rodgers is a dude. Aaron Rodgers is back to back MVP. Coming off back to back MVP, and people talk about this dude like he's horrible. Yes, he hasn't performed well in the playoffs lately. He only has one Super Bowl ring with the Packers. Yes, the Packers have wasted opportunities with having Brett Favre and having Aaron Rodgers back to back, two generational players, and only getting two Super Bowls out of it. Yes, I understand that. But this dude is a back to back MVP, can still play. If you got to pay him 50 million a year to get him for 2 or 3, lock him down for 2 or 3 more seasons, you do it. Well, I know you're already strapped on the salary cap, so you're not going to be able to make a lot of improvements. But what are you going to do? Trade Rodgers and play Jordan Love? Packers start Jordan. Packers. This is no disrespect toward Jordan Love, but the Packers start Jordan Love this season. They're going to be drafting in the top 5 in the NFL draft next year. They're not going to win very many fucking games with Jordan Love as a quarterback. I mean, sorry, it's just being honest with what you've seen. Have you heard any reports of how great Jordan Love has been at practice, or how great he looks looks in the scrimmages at practice, or oh, Jordan Love is making a lot of progress? You moved up to draft him in the first round, and in his rookie season, he wasn't even good enough to dress as the backup quarterback. People forget that he wasn't good enough to dress. They didn't even dress him as the backup quarterback. They didn't want. He didn't even have a. They didn't want to use one of the roster spots on him. But you're telling me he's going to be the new quarterback, the new franchise quarterback that's going to take over for the back to back MVP Aaron Rodgers, and the Green Bay's still going to be competitive. I'll tell you what, if Aaron Rodgers is the lead, say it comes out tomorrow, Aaron Rodgers is leaving, Packers trade him. You know what? Something interesting we're going to find out. We're going to find out if this Matt LaFleur dude is really a good coach or not, or is a lot of his success due to who his quarterback is. Is LaFleur going to have the success in Green Bay with Jordan Love as his quarterback? So say Rodgers leaves, they decide to go with Jordan Love. Matt LaFleur could be looking for a new job in a couple seasons. After couple losing seasons, everybody's going to be hiring. Everybody's going to be hollering for LaFleur to get fired because he's terrible. You don't know what the fuck he's doing. We need to get rid of the coach. We need a new quarterback, and LaFleur will be gone. I'm not saying Matt LaFleur ain't a good coach. If you're trying to tell me that having Aaron Rodgers as quarterback hasn't helped him, and and Aaron Rodgers hasn't had a big part in his success as at an early in his coaching career as he's had. You're telling me if he had a quarterback like Jordan Love that he would be Matt LaFleur would have his team in back-to-back NFC Championship games and have them in another playoff game where they should have won the damn game if you don't give up a block fucking punt that ends up being a touchdown. And then there was another might have been a blocked field goal. There was another miscue on special teams. Special teams cost him that game. Yes, Aaron Rodgers didn't play great that game. He played good enough to win that game if your special teams do the job. But nobody wants to talk about that. Nobody's ready to have that to talk about that. All everybody wants to talk about is how Aaron Rodgers chokes every playoff. And there's been times he hasn't played great. There's also been times he's played good, and his defense hasn't been able to hold up. Look how many times in the games he scored like 30 points, 30 or more points, and they still lose because the defense couldn't stop the other team. There was times he hasn't played good in the playoffs, and yes, I think they have wasted good years, especially if you go into this, you go into another season and you don't do nothing, and the whole time you had Aaron Rodgers, you only won one Super Bowl. That's a failure. Sorry, Packer fans, that's a failure. You've had Aaron Rodgers for this long with the talent that this dude has. If they would have had better management up in the front office, this team should have had more Super Bowls. You have arguably one of the best guys to ever throw a football, and you've only got one Super Bowl out of it. That's bad management. That's bad general GM. You can blame some of it on the coaching as well. All the coach can do is work with the players that he's given by the general manager. And all the general manager can do is spend the money on the players that the owner wants to spend the money on. So the coach is like third on the pecking order. So sometimes he gets players that he probably didn't necessarily want to pick because he didn't feel like they fit. There was another player out there that he felt like fit his system better. But instead, the GM and the owner liked this player better, so they went ahead and got that player, and he has to try to figure out how to make that player work. So it's not like being just going in there as a coach is easy. I just don't think LaFleur is going to have the same amount of success if he loses Rodgers. And I feel sorry for him if he gets stuck in with Jordan Love. All right, moving on to another topic. Still in the NFL, you have Calvin Ridley has been suspended for the 2022 season for betting on games. I guess he was betting on Atlanta Falcons game. It was when he was away from the team. He was injured, wasn't on the roster. Uh, NFL found out and suspended him for a whole year over it. Uh, I'm torn on this because I think a year might have been a whole year might have been a little harsh because it wasn't like he was. According to their investigation, there was no. It wasn't like he was talking to players. There wasn't nothing like that going on. He was by himself, uh, hanging out in Miami, and he placed a couple bets on the Falcons, and that $1,500 bet now cost him like $7 or $8 million. It's a I think it's a harsh penalty, but I also understand why the NFL had to do what they done because if you don't if the integrity of the game gets questioned and the fans us us fans and us people that talk about sports, if the integrity of the game gets broken, and we think, and people start thinking that the games are set up, especially with how popular sports betting is now, it'd be a mess. So I understand why they suspended him for a whole season. I do think a whole season might have been a little harsh, though, because it's the guy's first offense. He wasn't doing it while he was with the team. He wasn't. It wasn't no evidence that he was communicating with somebody on the team where they were trying to make sure a team won or lost. He was just on his own and made a bad decision and placed a bet that he shouldn't have placed. That $1,500 bet's going to cost this dude like $7 or $8 million dollars. I think that's a harsh penalty. Uh, I hope Calvin Ridley comes back after this year and is in good shape, stays healthy, and has a big year. Uh, I mean, I understand. Hey, you know the rules, and I'm sure they've went over this stuff with these players a lot because the integrity of the game is the one thing. I mean, it's the players and then the integrity of the game are the two main things that that are going to keep the NFL on top as like the king in the sports world. But if that integrity gets where people don't, that people start thinking games are rigged every time we see a bad call or something, especially now, like I said, there's millions and millions of dollars on these fucking games. You got all these different sports books now. So I mean, there's millions of dollars on the line. If people start thinking that the shit's rigged, it turns into entertainment. You lose the athletic competition part of it, and then it's ruined. So that's why I say I understand why the NFL had to lay this penalty down like they did, but I also feel like they could have suspended them like maybe for 8 games. I think 8 games would have been plenty. I don't know. I think 8 games would have been plenty. I think the NFL was a little harsh on this one, but we'll find out. I mean, we'll find out more information about it. But like I said, from the details I saw, I think a whole year it was just a little bit too much. They should have maybe went 6 months or not 6 months. The whole season was too much. They should have maybe went 8 games. Uh, all right, let's talk a little bit MLB real quick. Major League Baseball is on strike. All right, sorry about that. Damn dog driving me nuts. No, Major League Baseball is still on strike, and they met yesterday for a whopping 19 minutes. What the fuck are you gonna get accomplished in a 19-minute meeting? What was the point of even meeting? One of, I mean, one of these sides is gonna have to give in and let's start a no good put out something in good faith. Let's start a negotiation that starts leading toward having a fucking baseball season. 19-minute fucking meeting. Why the hell even meet? That is so fucking stupid. Like the other day, they had like a 15-minute meeting. What are you going to accomplish to get this lockout settled, where you start playing games, you guys start making your money again, and the fans are happy and watching baseball? When's when, when's somebody going to realize that that's more important than this fucking piston match? I understand the stuff that the players want, and I think they deserve some of that stuff. I think these owners are being greedy motherfuckers, and what's going to end up doing is going to end up killing Major League Baseball for fucking good. And it might be what baseball needs because right now, Major League Baseball is a damn monopoly. They have a monopoly over baseball in the United States. They have a thing where no other baseball league can start up unless they get like okayed or if unless they're affiliated with Major League Baseball. So like another baseball league couldn't start up and try to compete with Major League Baseball. They have a fucking monopoly. It's fucking crazy. That's why these players that get hurt or don't make the big leagues that been in the minor leagues. That's why, or my big guys that went to the big leagues and got put back down. A lot of them go overseas to Japan and Korea to play because there's no other option in the states to fucking play. You play minor league ball, but that's it. If you don't get on one of them teams, there's no other professional option where you can. And even the fucking minor league players have to work another job because they don't play. They don't pay them fucking jack shit. and you got these owners that won't, they don't even want to listen. Neither side wants to listen right now. So one side decide they want to listen and do, and I think it has to be the owners, and the owners need to, hey, okay, we're going to do this, and then let's talk about this. You guys give in a little on this, and get to agreement. Because if you guys, if there's no MLB season this year, baseball, I think Major League Baseball is in trouble. And I'm not even talking financially. Look how bad the '94 strike was. It 94, 94, 95. Remember, remember how bad that strike affected baseball. When baseball came back, they had lost a bunch of fans. That's why baseball looked the other way on steroids and stuff with Barry Bonds and Art McGuire, because it was exciting. It was bringing fans back to baseball. So baseball looked the other way. They didn't care. Well, then people started complaining, went to Congress, and baseball had to try out everything. And then they keep these. They try to make it like they use these guys as scapegoats, make these guys look like bad dudes, and they were cheating. When baseball knew what was going on the whole fucking time, but didn't want to do nothing about it because they knew it was saving baseball. And then now you have these guys like Barry Bonds that didn't get in the Hall of Fame, and this was his last year, and didn't get voted in by these fucking 75-year-old writers that still think that baseball and sports are still back in the fucking 50s. It's fucking stupid. Why not have a baseball season? Because these billionaire owners don't want to give in to a little bit of what the players are asking. It's just that's what it comes down to. And until the owners decide to at least put a good offer of good faith out there to start the talks, I don't see this coming to a close, and it could really hurt Major League Baseball. All right, and the NBA, moving over to the NBA world, the Golden State Warriors are struggling. They're on like a 4-game losing streak. Without Draymond Green, their defense has been terrible. Steph's been playing pretty good. Clay didn't have a very good game the other night against the Lakers. I don't know. He didn't look as into it as he normally was. I don't know if something was bothering him or what. Uh, I think I picked the Warriors to win tonight. They were actually. We'll check on the score of that game. Started watch. I turned it back over to Monday Night Raw for a minute, see what was going on there. Wrestling fans, they brought Braun Breaker up on Raw tonight. Let's see. Let's see what the score is in a minute. They're not showing it yet. Warriors were getting beat when I was watching it earlier. Warriors are up. No, excuse me. The Nuggets are up 102 to 88 with or 102 to 90 with 3 minutes left in the third quarter. Uh, so the Warriors are down 12, about 3 minutes left in the third quarter against the Denver Nuggets. I knew this was going to probably be a close game. I think I took the Warriors plus the points because I thought it was like 7.5 points. That was just too many points. Yeah, I took the well, on the sports betting show today. One of the picks I gave out was the Warriors plus 7.5. Right now they're not covering that, but I figured even if they lose, it wasn't going to be by more than 7.5. There's a, right there's a bucket by Steph Curry. Now they're only down by 10. Denver takes a timeout. Got 2 minutes and 40 seconds left in the third quarter. 102-92 Nuggets. All right. Yeah, the Warriors have been struggling. A lot of it's defensively, and it's because Draymond Green's not there. He's their guy that brings that grit. He's good defensively. He sets the tone on defense. Without him, they're not. They're more of a softer team, for lack of a better word. They're not that physical team that you see sometimes on defense, like when Draymond's out there. Just it's like everybody has a different mentality when Draymond Green's on the court because he's such a good leader, and they're missing that big time. Their defense just hasn't been up to par, and it just comes down to can they outscore the other team, and then it just comes on which team shooting the ball better that night. And here lately, the Warriors just haven't been shooting the ball very well, and a combination of bad shooting and bad defense get you in a losing streak, and that's what's going on. But I'm not worried about the Warriors. Klay Thompson, I think, is going to keep getting better more and more he plays. He's finally getting back into playing a complete season. You're going to get Wiseman back. You're going to get Draymond Green back. I'm telling you, don't sleep on the Warriors. The Warriors are a team that can really make some noise in the playoffs. I mean, I could see the Warriors coming out of the West. I think the Suns, if healthy, are going to be the team to beat. You don't sleep on these Golden State Warriors if they're healthy. If Draymond Green and Wiseman are both get to come back, you get Iguodala back. Warriors are going to be a tough out, especially if Jordan Poole can play in the playoffs like he's been playing in the regular season. Uh, it's going to be a fun one to watch. But all right, I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight for GSR Gonzo'S Sports Room. Again, we're usually live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 7 p.m. Eastern. The GSR Gonzo Sports Room. Here lately on Mondays, we've been doing at 10 because of we've been doing the Coondog Corner with DCCW Mondays at 7. So on Mondays, on the Monday nights that we do the Coondog Corner, GSR will be at 10 p.m. Any other Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, it's at 7 p.m. Eastern, live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Our sports betting show, Easy Money, a sports betting show, is live Monday through Friday at 1 p.m. Tune into it. We're giving out winners. I was 9-4 in the UFC this weekend. And we have a big announcement coming soon about the Easy Money a sports betting show. So make sure you keep track of or make sure you follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all at Gonzo Sports Room. Because we're going to have some big announcement. We have a big announcement coming here real soon that you don't want to miss. It's going to be huge. Well, I thank everybody for joining us tonight. We will see you guys tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern with Easy Money, a sports betting show. You'll also be able to find me tomorrow morning at 10 p.m. Eastern on All Sports All Plays Network, ASAP, on Facebook, YouTube, Tiki Live TV. You'll be able to see me. I'll be on ASAP in the morning, tomorrow morning at 10, and then at 1 p.m. Eastern, I'll be live with Easy Money, a sports betting show, and we'll give out some picks to make that easy money. Thanks for joining me tonight. We will see you guys tomorrow, 1 p.m. Eastern. Go check out our YouTube page. Hit that subscribe button. Have a great night. Peace.